Hi everyone, we're going to take a look at the daily chart for Bitcoin today and specifically to have a look at this bear flag, but also the overarching bearish premise at present. So firstly, this is the all-time high at around 125k, and since October we've really been in we've been moving down essentially quite strongly. We bottomed out at around 82k, and then we've been in this bear flag. Now the narrative in this bear flag was throughout December the price action was suppressed by the 200 MA. If we just zoom in, we can have a closer look at that. So this was essentially November, then we got suppressed underneath the 3-day 200 MA. This was December. Then finally at the beginning of the year we had a nice breakout. We flipped this moving average, a very important moving average, from resistance to support, and then we had a move up to the top of the channel, approaching the weekly 50 MA, and then we've had a move back down. But then as we were moving back down to potentially flip this very important level to support, you can see resistance, resistance, resistance. We got news about obviously some economic headwinds in the world, and now we have reset all the way back down to here, and we are now stuck again below the 3-day 200 MA, looking like potentially this bear flag could now be confirmed, and a confirmation of that bear flag would be a break lower, a retest, and then surpassing that swing low. And then the next area to look for is essentially 74 to 69k. 69k, the previous all-time high from the 2021 bull run. So that's the context. That's where we are at the moment. Also, just to clarify the bearish narrative, we also have on this chart the daily 200 EMA, exponential moving average, paired with the weekly 50 SMA. Now, the weekly 50 SMA is a very significant level for the price action, but also just to highlight the situation, excuse me, just get rid of that. So if we scroll back down, this is the beginning essentially of the bull run, where everything really started to kick off in early 2023, where Bitcoin started to make some moves and it bottomed out. And we had this golden cross between the daily 200 EMA and the weekly 50 SMA. And then we had all of this move upwards from Bitcoin, and that continued with the 50 being respected all the way up. Now, obviously, we did lose the daily 200 EMA on occasions all the way up, but we never lost the 50. Now, we have long since lost the daily 200 EMA, but we've also now lost the weekly 50 SMA. Just keep track on those moving average. And then now we have them crossing back down for the first time since the beginning of the bull run, suggesting that this is another signal of the bear market, and that Bitcoin is now going to be heading lower. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have a traditional bear market. There's a lot of institutional adoption, of course, which has been supporting the price action, but nonetheless, this is the scenario, and we're getting a lot of bearish signals stacked up, and Bitcoin's only hope was to be able to get above the 50 weekly 50 SMA, but it hasn't managed to do that, unfortunately. So now we are reset, and we're in a bit of a challenging position at the moment, having essentially reset to where we were at the very beginning of January. So this line in the sand, this bear flag, this lower trend line, diagonal trend line, we need to pay attention to, because if we get a confirmed break below, we have to expect 74 to 69k is on the cards. But there's a quick update about the bearish scenario with Bitcoin at present.